Alright, so I gotta discuss this whole Twitter controversy with the banning of anime content and just where I land on this whole situation, because it's not only Twitter, it's also Reddit and other social media websites. And some people are theorizing that it has something to do with the whole UN thing that's going on. And I want to use two individuals in this community, Lost Pause, because he made a video regarding the whole Twitter situation. And I'm going to use NBA in my discussion as well, because he made a reaction video to Lost Pause. So if you didn't know, Twitter has recently come out and said that they are banning all content regarding loli, shota, and ecchi. Now, my only dispute is the ecchi, because that's just banning all sexual content. Because if you didn't know, ecchi is just simply more sexualized female characters than as per the usual, just more big breast and bouncing and going on. That's all that is. So they're basically banning all sexual content in general that has anything to do with anime. Now, I'm gonna say this in the beginning. I do not agree with loli or shota. Those things are like disgusting and take it to an extreme. But I also want to highlight how old heads, how old out of touch individuals kind of take it to that next extreme, where they don't understand the distinctions between what ecchi would be or big breasted anime women would be versus literal loli. So let me give you two examples to start off with. A loli would be something like Beastie from Hunter x Hunter. A ecchi or a thick anime woman would be something like, let's say, Tsunade, Mount Lady, Midnight, Mako Shiraki from Prison School. That would be something of ecchi. Now, an old individual like NBA, let me go ahead and tell the story. Lost Pause made a video concerning the whole Twitter ban thing and how it's awful, and he's explaining it from a typical anime fan's perspective. And then, of course, NBA, in his controversial fashion, had to make his old out of touch reaction to Lost Pause's stance. Now, you can tell he's old and out of touch, because I've had my run-ins with NBA and I kind of know his blurred vision of what constitutes a loli, because he looked at several of my thumbnails. He looked at a Rainbow Mika thumbnail, he looked at a Ivy thumbnail, and he classified those two as loli. Literally, that is exactly what he did. And anyone with 2 cents to rub together for brains would know that neither of those characters would be what a loli is. And again, what a loli would be someone like Beastie, because she has no hips, no breasts. She's clearly the depiction of a underage girl. I don't know if she's actually underage and if she does that whole weird thing where they're 1,000 years old, but anyone with 2 cents to rub together for brains would know that she's depicting a underage girl. There's no finagling with that. That's exactly what she is. But in NBA's mind, it would be that Tsunade and her are in the same tier or in the same category, and that's the problem. So he makes his stance that, oh, all anime fans like that, there's a problem with them. Why don't they want real women? That's because real women divorce you, take half your stuff. Nobody wants to go through that. And, Lost Pause gets to a point in the video where he, highlights the fact that marriage rates and that whole thing, birth rates in Japan are low. And of course, NBA and his fake macho stance comes in and he says that's because they're all lolis over there. I made a video showing you a story where a man married a virtual loli, and I saw the story he was talking about. This was just a man who married a hologram of a anime female that was clearly not an underage girl. But again, in NBA's mind, any female is a girl. And you have to remember, he's like 45 years old. To people at that age range, a 21-year-old person would be a young girl. A 25-year-old person would be a young girl, because they're getting on in years, and that would be what a girl would be to them. But people in our 20s would know that, no, if you're 20 years old or 18 years old or whatever, you're a woman. And we know in anime, things are, different. They're different. A woman like Mount Lady would not be a loli. I just don't get where NBA and his frame of thought is coming from with anime. Like, it's just like he's a person that, yeah, he's aware of anime. He just knows enough not to call anime cartoons. He knows to call it anime, and that's as far as his intelligence on the subject stretches. So again, like I said, he made this whole stance that, oh well, that's the problem. That's why American men are going over there and taking women. No, and I'm going to explain this. A lot of American men go over there with the notion is not necessarily because they think that, and it's this, I'm going to say it's this racist and sexist thought process where they think that all Asian women or Japanese women are subservient, and they think they're going to have an easier time with them. That's the reason they rush over there and do that. Now, I like Asian women, I like Japanese women, but I know enough Japanese friends that have told me they don't know where the hell we got that thought process from, that Japanese women are just subservient and submissive and all this, because if you don't know, there's a term known as tiger mom. They are tough as nails and you don't want to deal with them. But what I'm saying is, you can tell that NBA represents this old generation of out of touch individuals that can't really think in a open-minded frame of thought. That's really what I want to get across here. And he supports the fact that they are banning this content. Well, they can do that, and I fully support them. And the people that don't like America, like Lost Paws, they can get out, they can leave. You do know the SJWs that are enforcing these rules hate America, literally hate America, not only because of who's running it right now, but they hated America even before that, because they hate the establishment, they hate conservatives, they hate this, they hate that, they hate Republicans, they literally hate the concept of a America that's more than just them. So it's kind of, that tells you that he's a short-minded, closed-minded, old, set in his ways old man that doesn't need to be in this community. He needs to go talk about football, go talk about MMA. Clearly you don't know about anime enough to take a stance on it. Now, I'm going to give my stance on it. I don't agree with lowly content. I don't know a time where lowly and Shota content was ever allowed on Twitter. I have never, when was this allowed? When was it allowed on Reddit? Never. But they just use this, they use the guys of lowly and Shota just to ban Thicc anime women off of the platform, because they lumped in ecchi as well, just to let you know, oh yeah, that includes Thicc anime women too. All you basically did was kind of kill your site, because now everyone is going to go rushing over to Gab. And let me say this, Gab doesn't allow lowly or Shota either, but they will allow Thicc anime women too. So that's my stance on it. NBA, and let me go ahead and say this. To give you a complete frame of thought that he is in. I've had a run-in with him where a couple of months ago, where I was questioning him about content that I was collecting on Geekdom 101, and I ran into one of his live streams, and he was basically going on the same tirade, calling everyone who like anime females a lolly. And then he was saying that, yeah, those artists over there, they allow all that weird stuff like that. So I was in the chat of his live stream, and I said, hold on, I said, I don't agree with lolly either, but I can't let you condemn all anime females, because not every anime female is a lolly. And I also said that if you want to be really honest about it, American artists can get deviated and nasty and depraved too. And I gave him the example that Rebecca Sugar, the creator of Steven Universe, used to do Ed and Eddie Shota. Look that stuff up. Don't literally look it up, but look up that little factoid. She used to do that. Did she get arrested? Did she get in trouble for it? No. Then I also brought up the fact of James Gunn, and allegedly he's in a situation, there's no allegedly to be honest, but there were pictures found of him at a child enthusiast party, if you know what I mean, where he was dressed up as a priest and other individuals were dressed up as children, and it was literally a party for child enthusiasts. Also, you can hear all the alleged stories where he was doing strange things, where he was making tweets, and a lot of people tried to depict it as, oh, he's just being edgy. But remember, he was like 40 or in his late 30s when he was making these tweets, so it's not like you were having an edgy, angsty teenager making these tweets or anything. You had a grown man making these tweets. So then after I said that, he went on a tirade saying, that's not true, you're just taking rumors, America never be like that. Like, he's so patriotic, but do you know that America wouldn't agree with you because America is under God and you're supposed to be mad black atheists? Most Americans would not agree with you. One nation under God, and you're supposed to be a proud patriot, but you don't even believe in God. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's how misguided and short-sighted he is. So my closing statements on all this is that I don't agree with Loli. I don't agree with Shota. I think that's nasty and disgusting. But thick anime women, you gotta back up off of them. And let's be honest, almost 100% of females, besides Beastie, there are some of those Beastie types, but most anime females are meant to be sexualized. They're given wide hips and big breasts for a reason. They're meant to be for teenage boys and older men to look and ogle at. If you're a fan of the anime community, that's what that's there for. So, I mean, if you want your ecchi women, maybe Gab allows it. I think they do. So you can go make a Gab account and you can get your anime titty on. So I've been your perfect being, and I just wanted to explain where I was coming from in this whole situation. I hope I explain things in a way that you guys can understand it in a simple way. Of course, I love all my fans here. Hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and why not support the channel with the methods down below, and check out my streaming on the other site. Of course, you can access that down below, and you can go and get me followed up and subscribed over there. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.